In this video, we are going to discuss Shakespeare's Merchant of Venice, Act 3, Scene 3. So, in this scene, we see that Shylock is having a conversation with the Gaoler. Gaoler is basically the jailer who is responsible for arresting Antonio. We all know that Antonio had not been able to repay the debt he had taken from Shylock, and therefore Shylock wants him to be arrested. So he is trying to convince the jailer, the Gaoler, in order to arrest Antonio. And Shylock assumes that the jailer is partial, he is not arresting Antonio, so he keeps on rebuking the jailer for his delay. In this scene, we also see that Celerino and Antonio are present, and the scene takes place in Venice, a particular street of Venice. So at the beginning, Shylock says, Gaoler, look to him, tell me not of mercy. This is the fool that lent out money gratis. Gaoler, look to him. So Shylock addresses the jailer and he says that please look for Antonio and please don't tell me, don't request me to show any mercy to this Antonio, because Antonio had been an absolutely foolish person who gave money to other people without charging any interest. So, lent out money gratis. This means to give money to people without any interest. And that is why Shylock is primarily angry with Antonio, because Antonio gave money to people without interest and Shylock gave money with interest. So, people preferred to take money from Antonio, and that spoilt the business of Shylock. So, Shylock, one of the reasons why Shylock is so angry upon Antonio is he gave out money without interest. So, at one of the earlier scenes, we have seen that many people have already requested Shylock to show some mercy to Antonio. Maybe the Gaoler has also requested Shylock to show some mercy, and in reply to that, Shylock says that don't ask for any mercy for Antonio because I hate him. He gave loan to people without interest, so I will obviously use this opportunity to arrest him. Antonio says, hear me yet, good Shylock. Now, this one single line of Antonio's dialogue is very, very important. This is important because it shows how greatly Antonio's attitude towards Shylock has changed. If you remember, this same Antonio, when he had come to borrow money in Act 1, Scene 3 from Shylock, he said that Shylock, give me money as if you are giving it to your enemy. Charge as much interest as you want, and if I fail to pay, give me any punishment according to your desire. This same Antonio today, when he has realized that actually he is in trouble and he can get some advantage from Shylock, he starts calling Shylock good Shylock. The person who called Shylock cutthroat dog, misbeliever, and all these type of negative approaches were used by Antonio. Today we see that the approach is completely different and he calls Shylock good Shylock. Antonio says, Shylock replies, I will have my bond, speak not against my bond. So compared to Antonio's character, Shylock remains more constant, more fixed. His hatred for Antonio at the beginning of the drama was also same, and near the middle of the drama also we see it's almost same. He says that I am not going to have any arguments, any request, anything else. I just need my bond. That is payment of 1 pound of flesh in case Antonio fails to pay 3,000 ducats within 3 months. Nothing other than that. I have sworn an oath that I will have my bond. Thou callest me dog before thou hadst a cause. But since I am a dog, beware my franks. So he says that I have made a promise. I have made a promise. Earlier also he said this, that in the name of my religion, I have made a promise that I am going to avenge this kind of insult. You called me a dog. Now you see how a dog bites. If you put your foot on the tail of a dog, you see the reaction of the dog. So we have already seen that Antonio had insulted Shylock earlier. Today, Shylock has got the opportunity to feed his ancient grudge, to take revenge. The Duke shall grant me justice. I do wonder, thou naughty Gowler, that thou art so fond to come abroad with him at his request. So Shylock says that if you don't arrest him, Gowler, then I will have to directly approach the Duke, and I am sure the Duke will be able to grant me justice. I really wonder, Gowler, how partial you are, how naughty you are. Naughty here means wicked. So, how wicked you are that you have come all the way to meet me on the request of Antonio to let him free. But I am not going to listen to your request or anyone else's request, because I am determined. I have taken an oath that Antonio should be arrested. Now Shylock says, I pray thee, hear me speak. Shylock, I request you, I beg of you, please listen to me what I have to say. But Shylock is adamant. He says, I will have my bond, I will not hear thee speak. No, you are just speaking uselessly, because I am not going to listen to you. I am determined to have nothing other than the thing promised in my bond. I will have my bond and therefore speak no more. I will not be made a soft and dull-eyed fool. So, soft and dull-eyed fool means if Antonio cries and begs in front of Shylock, normal people seeing another person crying or in pain normally start sympathizing. They soften, their hearts soften. But Shylock says that I am not going to become a soft-eyed person. I am not going to become a foolish person who is easily beguiled, who is easily cheated by your tears or your pathetic cries. To shake the head, relent and sigh and yield to Christian intercessors. So he says that I am not going to accept any of your beggings, your requests, nothing. Whatever you have to say, you can keep on saying, but I am not going to bow down. I am not going to relent. I am not going to show mercy to your Christian beggings. Follow not, I will have no speaking, I will have my bond. So, in Christianity, mercy is very essential, and it is said that if somebody is truly repentant, you should show mercy to them, because even God is merciful. So, Shylock says that all these Christian beggings and requestings for mercy may be accepted by another person, but not by me. I am not going to be fooled by your crying and requesting. Saying this, Shylock leaves the stage. Salarino, who is present, he says, it is the most impenetrable cur that ever kept with men. Cur means dog, and impenetrable means the ears of Shylock are not easily penetrated by the words of Antonio. Nothing can enter into the ears of Shylock because he is so impenetrable, so hard-hearted. So he says, Salarino says, once again he abuses Shylock as a dog and says that his ears are almost impenetrable. He doesn't listen to the painful urgings, requests of any other man. So Antonio says, let him alone, I will follow him no more with bootless prayers. So finally Antonio has realized that it's useless begging in front of Shylock. So he says that I am not going to beg anything more from Shylock, because all this prayers and requests that I am making are bootless. So bootless means useless. So these prayers are all useless in front of Shylock. So I am not going to beg for anything else. He seeks my life, his reason well I know. I know that Shylock's only purpose is to kill me by extracting 1 pound of flesh. And I know why he wants to do me. Because he hates me as a competitor. That is why he wants to kill me. I oft delivered from his forfeitures many that have at times made mourn to me. Therefore he hates me. So many times people had taken loan from Shylock and when they failed to pay the loan on time, pay back the loan on time, then at that time Shylock was about to take away their property or maybe their house or whatever else they had mortgaged. But at that time, those people went and requested in front of Antonio. They moaned, that means they cried in front of Antonio, and out of mercy, Antonio gave money to those people so that they can repay the debt of Shylock. So this is how Shylock wanted to capture the property of other people that was mortgaged to him, but he could not do that because Antonio saved those people from the clutches of Shylock. And according to Antonio, that is the primary cause why Shylock hates him. But we know that there are some other causes as well. Celerino says, I am sure the Duke will never grant this forfeiture to hold. So he says that no, I don't think that the Duke is going to listen to Shylock's request because he is making a criminal request. He is planning to kill you. So I am sure the Duke, being a gentle person, is not going to grant what Shylock has demanded. Antonio now replies, and this reply is very important. He says the Duke cannot deny the course of law. No, even though the Duke may be in my favor, but he can't ignore the law of the land. Why? For the commodity that strangers have with us in Venice, if it be denied, will much impeach the justice of his state. So, commodity here means business transactions, business. So, strangers means outsiders. Many outsiders from different countries, coming from different religions and communities, do business in Venice. If the Duke does not give Shylock what he wants, what he desires, then the whole process of Venetian justice will be under question. People will, the outsiders especially, will question the validity of the Venetian law. People will think that the Venetian law is partial towards the Christians. So that is why Antonio thinks that the Duke, even though he might want to, can't save Antonio because according to the law, Shylock has the full right to extract the penalty and the Duke himself cannot cancel the law. Because if the law is once cancelled, it will leave a very wrong impression in the minds of the commoners or the businessmen in Venice. Since that the trade and profit of this city consisteth of all nations. So the business in Venice actually is carried out by merchants of all nations. All nations here means different religions, not just different countries, but people belonging to different religions are involved in this particular transaction in Venice. So the Duke cannot show favor to one particular religious community. Therefore go, these griefs and losses have so baited me that I shall hardly snare a pound of flesh. So he says that therefore I think it's useless to waste our time. It's useless to go and cry in front of Shylock because he is not going to listen to our request. And already I am so broken down by these sadness, by the whole idea of being killed in the hands of Shylock. I have been so broken down that I can hardly spare a pound of flesh. The moment a pound of flesh will be cut from my body, I will definitely bleed to death. So Antonio has totally lost hopes of survival. He realizes that his last hope was if Shylock settled the matter, but seeing that Shylock is adamant today, Antonio has absolutely lost his hopes. So he says, that I shall hardly spare a pound of flesh tomorrow to my bloody creditor. So Shylock is referred here as the bloody creditor, and tomorrow is the day of the trial. So tomorrow when Shylock takes a pound of flesh from my broad body, I will not be able to survive. Well, Gowler, on, pray God Bassanio come to see me pay his debt, and then I care not. So he says that, Gowler, let's go on, let's move ahead. And I just have one last desire, I just have one last wish. That is, before my death, I want to see Bassanio one last time. Let Bassanio come, at least one last time, let him come and see how I have paid for the money he had taken. So the question is Antonio angry on Bassanio? Of course not. After reading the entire Merchant of Venice, it is very clear that Antonio loved Bassanio too much to have any anger or grudge on him. So if Antonio says that, see how I am paying the debt of Bassanio, see how I am paying the for the loan that Bassanio had taken, he is not saying this out of any grudge or anger for Bassanio. He is saying this just out of pure love for Bassanio. See how much I love Bassanio, that because of this love I am even paying my life to save him from the loan, because we are not able to repay the loan that we had taken from Shylock. See, I am repaying it with my own life. So with this, the scene comes to an end.